Okay. So, hi everyone. This is Vale here. So, about myself, I have 16 years of experience. I think you would have already seen me in demo session. So, I worked on different data platforms. So, I have good experience on data engineering. I am a data architect. So, I'll be the instructor for this course. So, I'll be helping you for learning the all the course content and then the projects. So you can reach me out in WhatsApp also. Whenever if you have some questions or if you have any issues, you can reach me in WhatsApp. So sometimes I will not available to take the call directly, but you can message me in WhatsApp. So I'll be available. I'll if you want to have a call, then I'll call you later. Okay. So that's about myself. Okay. So today we are going to see about AWS data engineering in this course, how we are going to learn and why we need AWS data engineering and what are the services we are going to learn. So we are going to learn the basic things, fundamental things on today's session. Okay, so let us start. So first let us see why for data engineering, we need to first understand what is data analytics about. Okay, so data analytics. So data analytics is there in So data analytics is there in part of any business, right? So why data analytics is required? Data analytics helps organization to improve their business, to improve their decision making. So it helps you to identify new opportunities, improve their operation efficiency. So data analytics can be different kind of analytics. It's not only like dashboard reporting, right? Now you have predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, self-service analytics. Data analytics are different types. There are different type of data analytics. Like 10 years back or 15 years back, you there were data analytics still there, but it was there in basic level. They had dashboards, they had reports. It provides you few details about the business. Okay, but now if you see, there are different type of data products. We call it as data products. Data products can be dashboard, data products can be reports, it can be like a chat application, chat bots. Okay, it can be a tools which provides you insights about lot of things. Okay, it helps business to improve their business, improve their decision making. It helps the top level management for different kind of improving their business activity. Okay, so for data analytics, data engineering is very important. Without data engineering, data analytics cannot be done. Okay, so data engineering is about collecting the data, transforming it, and storing it so that you can do analytics. Okay, so data engineering is the important one for data analytics. So we collect the data from different sources and then we store it in the data, transform the data so it can be used for different kind of analytics. Okay, so before getting into the main sections, so normally I use different tools. I use for drawing, I use this Excla draw, and for content, the course content will be shared using Notion. You can see here Notion. So this Notion link, I'll be sharing it. So where you can see the contents. So whatever the topics we are covering, theoretical things, the course content will be shared here. Okay, so this link I'll share it. Okay, so the Notion link will be shared in the WhatsApp also. So we will be using Notion to learn about the course content, everything will be there in the Notion here. Okay, so first thing, we need to know how we are, why data analytics is required, why data engineering is required, and what tools we are going to use, how we are going to use AWS, different AWS services, and then how we are going to solve the problem. So we are going to see a lot of things on the real world implementation. We are not going to cover theoretical sections. Okay, so in this course, we are our main focus is more on practical implementation, then getting into theoretical section, seeing the syntax, seeing the, so this course is designed in such a way that it's something like a boot camp. Okay, so what is a boot camp? So in normal training, like a normal training courses, you understand concepts, you learn about the basic syntax, you learn about basic things. But boot camp is job focused, job ready focused training, where it's a very faster way of learning, where you do focus is more on practical applications, building your portfolio. So you're going to work on end-to-end project use cases, like building a pipeline, working on dashboards, showcasing your outputs. So here we are focusing more on real-time implementation, then concepts, then syntax, all these things. So our main focus is working on the projects, building the projects. So this is how, if we enter the organization, if you get into an organization, they don't allow you to learn step by step. Okay, they are going to train you within few weeks. Okay, so in organization also, normally the training is done a similar way like a boot camp. So this training is similar to, so in my organization, in the previous organization I worked, I used to train multiple guys. So I used to train freshers, I used to train experienced guys. So I, like, within few weeks, we bring them into the project. We make them like to be into the project, very productionized into the project in very faster way. So that way of training we are doing it here. So the training is mostly into be like a project driven. It's more practical approach. So we are going to learn lot of things here by implementing things. So we are going to, it's a boot camp way of doing. So we are going to implement and then see the things, then learning the syntax, learning theoretical parts. Okay, so if you are learning normal training, they focus more on syntax, concepts, theoretical sections. So they cover more of the thing. Okay, so they cover more into the theoretical part than the practical implementation. Okay, so for example, I'll go to AWS. If you go to S3, so in S3 we have a lot of things here. Okay, so you can see here in the left side there are a lot of things here. But S3 purposes, the S3 is a place where you can put the data. It's like a drive where you can create a folders and place your data. That is the main purpose of S3. But if you are going to learn it theoretically, they cover a lot of things about S3. They talk about different type of buckets, permissions. Okay, permissions. So initially you don't need to learn all this thing, right? So initially, for using S3, I need to know how to create bucket, how to put the data into the buckets. Okay, how I can access data, read and write the data from the buckets. That is what I need to know in the initial sections. Later I can learn it about different type of buckets, the permissions, policies, the other internal details I can learn it about. So you can see the properties, permissions, management. So all this thing, lifecycle configuration, you don't need to learn it immediately, which you can learn it later. Okay, the purpose here is I have to start putting my data, read and access the data from S3. So that is how we are going to learn each sections. We are not going to cover theoretically all the sections. We are going to cover important thing for real world use case, for practical implementations, which are the frequently used one based on my experience. That is what we are going to start and learn. Okay, so that is how we are going to cover large amount of sections here in AWS. Okay, so if you are going to take only S3 and focus for S3 for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month, you can cover S3 itself for 1 month. Okay, if you are going to do that, you will learn only S3 for 1 month. So that is not our objective. Our objective is we want to implement a real world project. For that, how we can use S3, how we can put the data to S3, how we can use S3. So that is how we are going to use S3. Okay, so in the course, we are going to learn boot boot camp way of doing things than a normal training. Okay, so boot camp are project oriented, practical way of implementation. So we are not going to learn about all the futures, right? So yeah, for example, S3 has lot of capabilities. We are not going to learn all the capability. We are going to learn important capabilities here. Okay, the focus is more on end-to-end project, building an end-to-end system here. That is our focus here. Okay, so the Notion link. So I'm going to share the Notion link. So you can see here, you can, so I'll tell you what are the tools are required, what are the installation steps are required. I'll tell you by end of the session. So you can sign up and then create your like a softwares and set up your environments. Okay, that we will discuss later. Okay, so for data analytics, as I said earlier, there are different type of analytics. There are different type of analytics: descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, streaming analytics, embedded analytics, AI-driven augmented analytics, self-serving analytics. So there are different types of analytical systems. So in organization, they use different type of analytics. Okay, so descriptive analytics are like dashboard, KPI reports. Okay, so you build a dashboard using BI tools like Power BI, Tableau. You can build a dashboard. Diagnosis analytics, you are building a drill down reports, or you are building a data mining sites. You are working on data mining scenarios where you are taking the data and you are doing some like a drill down, slice up, slice down. So you are taking the data and you are analyzing deeper into that. Okay, so you are doing data analysis. You are doing data analysis on the higher level here. Okay, you are going deeper into the root cause. You are identifying the root cause of the failure. So you are doing root cause analysis in the diagnostic. So in the predictive analytics, we may use machine learning. So we are not going to focus on machine learning here. We are not a machine learning engineer or data scientist, but we are going to help them in using the data. So we are going to help machine learning team or a data scientist in bringing the data. So that is why we will learn a little bit about machine learning models. We will see how we can integrate with the machine learning models. Okay, and prescriptive analytics. So there are like AI ML tools which suggest which gives suggestions using bots. There are different agents which is going to give suggestions. So prescriptive analytics are like bots and agents which are used in real world, and streaming analytics are real world implementation. So the data are going to come in streaming fashion. So you are going to analyze the data and provide analytics in real time. So there is the real time analytics. Okay, like this you have different type of analytics. Augment analytics, it's like using datas. You are going to automate things. You are going to build an automated system where it can efficiently understand this problem and give solutions to the problem. So it is an automated way. It can be a co-pilot, it can be a automated bots which can give you solutions, AI driven solutions. Self-service analytics, or like again chatbots, agents. Okay, you are going to talk to the agents or you're going to talk to the bots which is going to do give you solutions to the problem. So for all this analytics, data engineering is key. Data engineering is key because if you have raw data, you have to transform the data, then only you can implement all this analytics. Without data engineering, you cannot do all this analytics. Okay, so we have seen so far what are the different type of analytics. Okay, let us go into the slides. Okay, so in the course, we are going to see about different sectors. We are going to learn about different sectors. The sectors can be like retail, like online, they are selling the products online, retail or companies, or it can be banking, it can be a healthcare, manufacturing, energy sector, transportation, insurance. So all the sectors where analytics is done. So in all the sectors, analytics is implemented. So we are going to take common use cases. So we are going to take like retail or manufacturing or like a banking use cases in our project. Okay, so in our projects, in our use cases, we are going to discuss about few sectors from this. Okay. So easier use case are like retail. Retail use case is the easier use case for anyone to understand. Okay. So I'll say a lot of example with retail use case. It's easier for everyone to understand. So retail is a e-commerce company or a company which is selling product online. Okay. So now let us go into. So let us say that you are working for a retail company where they are selling products online. So e-commerce company which is selling product online, like a Flipkart or Amazon. Okay, so let us see for the how data engineering is useful, why data engineering is required for a retail company. Okay, so let us say discuss about that. Then we will get into other scenarios. So let us see that. So let us open a website. So any e-commerce company, right? Let me open Flipkart. Okay, so let us say Flipkart as an example. So Flipkart is an e-commerce company where they are selling products online. Okay, so Flipkart or Amazon. So they are selling products online. So their core businesses, the core customers are the customers who are buying the products. Okay, so here we have operational system, so operational system, analytical system. So the operational system is the core business. The core business. So here for Flipkart, they have customers who is by using like websites, using web applications. They are they are going to buy. So they have multiple customers. It can be mobile, web, or different like tab or other devices, right? So they are having multiple customers who are going to buy the products, okay, or sell the products. They have buyers and sellers. So who are going to buy the product or sell the product? So they are going to use web applications. So they have a web application. So the web application, the users are going to access the front end websites, and so you can go see the front end website. So they can log in, they can buy a product, sell a product. Okay, so when they do this in the back end, the data is getting saved. Okay, so for a core application, so for a operational system, you have web applications. So the web application is used by users, customers. So customers are the so customer can be buyer or seller. So they are using the web application. The data are getting saved into database here. Okay, so you in the core business area, they have web applications and they have database. So this database can be a relational database system. It can be RDBMS or it can be NoSQL database. Okay, so it can be NoSQL database. So this can be, let us say, for example, it can be MySQL. This can be MongoDB or DynamoDB. Okay, why here two database? Why RDBMS? Why NoSQL? Why two databases here? So I am working for. So if you see here, Flipkart, if I log in here, or let me take Amazon, so I can see my informations here. I can see my information. I've logged in here. I can see my previous orders. I can see my previous recommendations. Okay, I can see a lot of like recommendations from the Amazons here. So if I log in here, it's recommending a lot of things, right? So pick from where you left. So these recommendations are preferences. So in your systems, so the datas, we have different type of data here. So we have like users datas, users transaction datas, user preferences, user activities. So we have different type of data. Okay, so let us discuss. So your users informations like users address, their car details. Okay, so user information, the customer informations, their customer previous purchases. Okay, so this informations are going to be stored in RDBMS. Okay, so I am a user. I'm accessing Amazon or Flipkart daily. So my daily, I am accessing different web. I'm going to different categories. I'm going to explore different pages. Okay, so I'm seeing different things in the site. So they are capturing all my visits. So all my visits, they are capturing my preferences, my activities. Okay, so this thing are going to grow daily because daily I'm accessing it. So this informations, I cannot go and store it in RDBMS. So the RDBMS, the problem with RDBMS is it cannot store large volume of data. Okay, it cannot store large. Limitation is scalability. It has the scalability is the biggest problem with your RDBMS system. You cannot scale, you cannot store large volume of data. I can store this information which are not going to change daily. Okay, this is not going to change daily, but this information is going to change daily and it can change hourly. So this information is going to scale. So I'm going to store all this information into NoSQL database. NoSQL database is highly scalable. Okay, so this is so in the operational system, in operational system, we have multiple database. So I stored different informations. I stored customer details here. I stored preferences, user activities here in NoSQL data. Okay, so now, like so far, we are discussing about the core operations, the operations. So as I said earlier, if I have to do analytics, if I have to build their business, if I have to improve the business, I should have analytical system. I should build a business intelligence system. Okay, so intelligence system. So I need to implement business intelligence. So my core application is different. My analytical system is different. So let us say you are working for a smaller organization. They can operate without the analytical system. They can operate without analytical system, or they can have a simple analytical system. So the analytical system can be very simple. So they will have core business. They will have operation system. The analytical system can be simple enough. If you are working for larger enterprise, the analytical system will be heavy. They may have lot of things here. Okay, so let me go into a simple here use case here. So you can see here. So business intelligence on e-commerce. So how you can build a business intelligence on e-commerce? So you can see here. So you bring in different, you use different products. So you bring in different products like CRM tool, like Salesforce, marketing tools, SCM tools. Okay, so along with your web applications, you are integrating multiple tools and you are building a BI system. So this helps you to build analytics. Okay, so for analytics, you are bringing in different system. So previously in organization, they have web applications. Okay, to improve the business, to do business intelligence, we are bringing in enterprise applications. So we are bringing in enterprise applications. So we have like Salesforce, ERP systems. So we have different kind of like other enterprise legacy systems. We have legacy systems. and SaaS products here, slash platforms. Okay, so enterprise applications. So in organization, they have web applications, they have enterprise applications. Then you have your data analytical system. Okay, so this system is going to help you for marketing, for sales promotion, for different kind of activities here. Okay, this is going to help you for different kind of activity. So my core operations are here in web applications. I have other enterprise applications for different purpose. So I have to collect the data and bring it here and do data analytics. Okay, so I have analytical system. So I'm building analytical system. So can I take this data? Can I run my analytical query directly here? So in my analytical system, I want to do some operations. I want to do some operations. Like I want to do different kind of analytics. I want to do, let us take simple. I want to build a dashboard. I want to build a KPI, or I want to build a agent. I want to build a chatbot. So I'm going to do SQL on top of the data. So on this data, I'm going to do SQL. I'm going to do different kind of SQLs, or I'm going to do different kind of using the data, I'm going to do different kind of activities. Okay, can I access this database directly? Can I access this database directly? So if I'm going to do that, so we have a RDBMS. If for analytics, if I access this database directly, my consumers will be affected. Okay, my customers will be affected. Okay, that is the problem, because your analytical system, you are going to run multiple queries to improve the business activity, to collect information. So you're going to do data driven SQLs. So when you're going to do this, if you run directly on database, you will have poor performance. You will have poor performance. You will have your customers will have customers will face lot of issue. So you are going to your core business is going to be affected because of analytical system. So that is why organization, what they do, they take this data, they bring the data. So they take this data, bring the data into different storage system. So they bring the data into storage system. Okay, this can be data lake or data warehouse. Okay, so this can be data warehouse or data lake, and they bring all this data. They bring all the data like from your operational system or from your enterprise application. So we are going to bring all the data. We are going to bring all the data into analytical system, and I'm going to run all my queries. All my analytical applications are going to use my storage. So all my different type of analytical systems, the data products are going to run SQL by using this storage system, not directly the operational system, not directly the operational system. So by doing this, you are going to avoid lot of things. Your core business will be stable. Your core business will be separated out, and your analytical system will be separated out. So you can build a scalable system, and also you can do different kind of analytics here. So that is the advantage. So that is how companies are implementing analytical systems. So we work on this system. Okay, we are going to work on this system. So we should know how you can collect the data from all the systems, and then you bringing the data into storage and working on the data products. So this is what you are going to learn. So from the operational system, how you can collect the data, bring the data into storage, store it into data lake or data warehouse, and use it for different kind of data products. Okay, so how you can build different kind of analytical system. So that is what we are going to learn. Okay, so we are going to implement different kind of data pipelines. So this we call it as a data pipeline. So we are extracting, transforming, loading into different formats. So we are building a data pipeline. So we are going to work on different kind of data pipelines in the course. Okay. So far we have seen what is data analytics, and we have seen what is operational system, what is analytical system. Okay, so like how data flows, how data comes from different sources. We have seen about different like systems here. So as I said earlier, in organization, they use different kind of enterprise software. They use CRM tools, ERP tools. They use different kind of tools. Okay, so based on the sector, it may change. So if you're going to work on manufacturing, they may use warehouse management system. They use transportation management system, logistics management system. They use different type of enterprise products. So based on your sector, the enterprise software may change. Okay, so the core capability of the softwares are different. We don't have to learn all the software. We don't have to learn all the software. So do we need to learn this thing? We don't have to learn. For us, this is one of the source. So this is one of the source for us. So do I need to learn Salesforce? Do I need to learn ERP system like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft here? No, I don't need to learn. For us, this is one of the source. We are going to get the data from the sources in any format. We may get the data in different format. The data can come in CSV, data can come in JSON, the data can come in zip files, Parquet files, compressed form, or it can come through, they may store the data. So they from the systems, they may store the data into their own database. Okay, they may have the database. So the data can be in database. So we may access the database and store it. Okay, so from the enterprise applications, we are going to collect the data by accessing this by accessing the database, or by accessing the files, or accessing the data files here. Okay, so this is how the communication happens with the enterprise applications, external systems here. So the external systems, they may send the data as a flat files or a CSV files. We'll collect the data and use it. Okay, so we need to learn about how to use the files, how to use different files, how to use different format of files. Okay, so we are going to learn everything one by one. We are going to learn everything one by one. Okay, so far we have seen about what is data analytics, like what is how enterprise software helps. So in organization, there are different business group. They have different pipelines. So each business group has a different pipeline, data pipelines. So from that data comes in, and we are going to store the data into centralized layer, and that data can be used for different data products. It can be used for uh, dashboard. It can be used for machine learning operations. It can be used for different kind of analytical products. So all these things are analytical products. So all these products, all these data products are going to access. So all these data products are built on top of my storage layer. My storage layer. So all these data products are built on the my storage layer, not on the operational systems. Not on the operational systems, are built on the storage layer. So all these data products, so all these data products are going to access my data lake, data warehouse, and perform the SQL operations here. Okay. So for this, we are going to work on data platform. We are going to build a data platform. So we are going to work on the data platform here. So we need to learn data sources. What are the different type of data sources? How we can do ingestion? How we can store the data into storage device? How we can do processing? How we can do SQL based transformations? How you can do big data processing? How you can do near real time transactions? So we are going to learn about all this. How you all about all these layers, all the platform here. So in the course, we are going to work on the data platform. We are going to work on all these layers. So we are going to start with ingestion. Then we are going to work on the storage, cataloging, and processing layers. So we are going to work on all these layers. Okay. So we have so far we have used database. So we understood that the operational systems are using database. Because the operational system. So I'm working for retail organization like Amazon or Flipkart. So they store the customer informations into database. Okay, they store customer information into database. They store preferences into NoSQL database. Okay, so they store different kind of informations. They store customer information database. They store NoSQL informations here. Okay, then we have data warehouse, data mart, data lake. Okay, why we need all this thing? So why we need a data warehouse? Why we need data mart? Why we need data lake? Okay, so here your database is not scalable. Your database is not scalable. So I can store only some data in database. I cannot store all the data. I can store only some data. So for analytics, I need to do faster SQL. I need to do faster SQL. So my database, I store only recent data here. I have only 6 months of data in my database. So let us see that. So I have database. I have NoSQL database. I have data warehouse and data lake. So in database, my operational systems are using. So operational systems are using it for storing the data permanently. In database, the customer informations. So here, if I go to Amazon, so where you can see my details are showing here, right? I can see my informations, my order details, my profile informations. I can go here. I can see my profile informations. Where it is coming from? It's coming from database. So my email address, my previous purchases, all this information is stored somewhere else permanently. So that is how I am able to access it always. If I log in, so it's accessing database. And database is where permanently data is stored. So here it is storing like operational data, transactional data. So different data are stored here. My preferences stored here. Preferences. My preferences are stored here. My activities, user activities, events, logs. Okay, my activities are stored in NoSQL database. My transaction informations are stored in database. So this is not scalable. Okay, this is not scalable. NoSQL database is scalable, but it does not support lot of operations. So you cannot do join here. You cannot do SQL operations. So your NoSQL database, even though it's highly scalable, you cannot use it for analytical SQL. You cannot do SQL easily on this NoSQL database. It does not support lot of SQL operations. It does not support join. You cannot write different kind of SQL operations here. So that is the problem with NoSQL. So your database has some issues. NoSQL database has issue. So data warehouse. So data warehouse. It can be on cloud. It can be on premises. So you have Snowflake, Redshift, BigQuery, Azure Synapse. So Azure Synapse. So we have different kind of data warehouse. All this thing are cloud-based data warehouse systems. All this are cloud-based data warehouse system. So what is the special about this? So cloud-based data warehouse system are highly scalable. So all these things are highly scalable, which can store large amount of data. So I can have only 6 months of data. I'll have 3 months or 6 months of data. I will have here only the like I'm going to have only the NoSQL data here. I'm going to have only the events here, preferences here. So here I can have current data and historical data. I can have 10 years of data or 20 years of data. 10 years of data here. So this system plays a major role. So it supports SQL, it supports transformation. You can transform into different form. So it supports different kind of operations. So it is highly scalable, and it is meant for faster operation. It's meant for faster operations. Okay, then why data lake? So we already have data warehouse, which is helping us to have historical data. It's going to help us for analytical queries. Then why we need data lake? So data lake are cheaper. It's like a drive. It's like a Google Drive where I can store any data. I can store any format here. I can store any format. Here I can store only structured data. Here I can store only structured data, table data or structured data. So I can store the data in table formats. Okay, but here I can store any format of data. I can store zip files. I can take, I can store the data in CSV, JSON. Okay, I can store data, image. I can store video files. I can store different social media data. Okay, so I can use data lake, which is cheaper. I can store different format, and I can use it for different purpose like backup. And I can also I can use it for different kind of integrations. Okay, so this layer, data warehouse, is costly layer. This is costly because of you need license, and you have to pay for cloud. You have to pay for different enterprise here. Okay, so this is costly. This is cheaper, and you can use it for different purpose. So in organizations, they use different kind of storage. Okay, so if they want to do exploratory analysis, so I have a machine learning team. They want to analyze the data. They want to build a machine learning models. They can use data lake. They can store it into data lake, analyze the data. So I want to take the data. So I want to take the data, which is in raw form. Okay, and then I'm going to the raw data. I'm getting it from multiple sources. I have like multiple sources. So let us say source one, ERP, source two, CRM, or it can be ERP. So this can be one ERP system. This can be ERP two. This can be a different source. This can be a different source. So like this, I have multiple sources. I have multiple sources. So I am getting raw data from the sources. I'm going to take this data. So the raw data, I'm going to transform into multiple forms. So I'm going to take the raw data, store it the raw data here, transform, like do filter, apply some filter conditions, do some cleaning, okay, and then store it here into different form. So I'm going to store it in different form. So I can say this cleaned data, and I have different kind of applications, or I have different kind of like scenarios. So for the scenarios, I can build the data. So I can aggregate the data or do a summary reports. Okay, I can summarize the data. So I can also build applications, application level one. So you can see here the raw data which is coming from sources are stored in different form here. Okay, the data is stored in different form. So we call this as a multi-hop architecture or medallion architecture. Okay, so this is like the data are stored in different form here. So if I do it in data warehouse, it's going to be costlier. It's going to be costlier. But if I use data lake, it can be cheaper. So in organization, you can use data lake and you can build a for analysis, for exploratory analysis, for doing analytics. I can store the data. I can do consolidation. I can summarize it, or I can build a different scenarios on this data. So for that, I have to have the data in different forms. I have raw data, clean data, summary data. So I can store it in data lake. So I can access the data and use it for different purpose. Okay, so that is why in organization, they use data lake, they use data warehouse, database. What is data mart? Data mart are business specific data warehouse. So that means I have different business group, like I have sales, I have finance. They can have a data warehouse. So it's a department specific structured data. So it's a subdivision of your data warehouse. It's like a data warehouse, but it has only department specific data. Okay, so it has specific business data. That is what data mart. So in organization, they are going to have database, data warehouse, and data lake and data marts. So we are going to learn about all this thing in the course. We are going to learn about all this in the course. So we are going to use AWS cloud and we are going to learn this all this in the course. Okay, so far we have seen about what is data analytics and how data are coming in and what are the storage systems are different storage systems are there. So we have discussed about all the basic thing. Now let us also discuss about cloud. Okay, so let us go to cloud. So what is AWS cloud? So cloud platform providing you different services. They are providing different services. If you want like a mission, or if you want storage, okay, if you want database, you want network, or you want any products, right? You can go and pay them and start using it. So AWS is a market leader. They provide services. So they provide on-demand IT resources. They provide on-demand IT resources. It can be servers, it can be storage, it can be database, network. Okay, so it can be everything on the internet. So you need to have only browser. If you have browser, I can access AWS. I can go to AWS management console and then start using the services. Okay, so AWS is a cloud provider which provides different kind of IT resources. It can be server or storage or database. Okay, so here they have different kind of models. Like we call it as infrastructure as a platform, platform as a service, software as a service. We call it infrastructure as a service. You can see here infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, first infrastructure as a service. So infrastructure as a service. So if all this thing are it tells you who manages what, who manages what. So using AWS, if I want, if I am a person who has technical knowledge, I have, I already have technical knowledge. I can build a software. I want servers. I want server. I want missions. I want storage. I want network. Then I can go for a infrastructure as a service. I can create missions. I can create virtual servers. I can use I can store the data. I can use network. Okay, they provide different kind of services. They provide services like EC2, EBS, S3, VPC. All this thing are infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. So I can go to EC2. I can go to EC2. So I can launch a instance. So I want a virtual machine. I can launch a virtual machine. Okay, again, if I want Linux, if you want Windows, I can quickly create it. So if you want Linux here, I can click on this and select what type of machine, and then select the authentication mechanism. then launch the instance. So this is how you can create a EC2 machine, a virtual machine. So like that. So here it's a infrastructure service. They are providing infrastructure. They are providing infrastructure where on top of that you can install database. On top of that you can install applications. So you can see they are managing different things. They are managing the data center. They are managing network. They are managing storage, virtualization, operating system. So they are managing. AWS is managing for you. You are working on top of the server. Okay, so using EC2. So by using EC2, AWS is managing the data center. They are managing the operating system. We are working on application. We are working on security and database. Okay, if you go for platform as service, if you go for platform as service, you can see here there are different services: Glue, Lambda, RDS, EMR. So this all these things are platform as service. So where they provide you platform for running your code, for running your data. Okay, so this is a platform as service. So you can build data pipelines, you can build web applications, you can build event-driven systems on top using the services. So here they take care of a lot of things. You build applications, you use the platform, you build applications. You can build different kind of application, web application, data pipelines, ETL applications. You can build it here. So they manage the lot of things here. Okay, so here I'll go to RDS. So I'll go to manage relational database. So here RDS is a platform as a service. In this platform, I can go and create database immediately. I can go and create a database. If I want MySQL, Postgres, SQL Server. So I am using they are taking care of the infrastructure. So they are going to take care of the infrastructure. They are going to take care of the installation, configuration, everything. By using this platform, I can quickly install the software. I can quickly install the software and start using it. I can install MySQL or SQL Server or anything. So your RDS is a platform as a service. RDS is a platform as a service. Then you have software as service. So you have software as service. So it's ready-made application where you can use it straight away. Okay, so you have QuickSight. You have QuickSight. So in AWS, you have QuickSight. So using QuickSight, I can build my dashboards. I can work on directly on the application. Okay, so I can sign up and I can launch the QuickSight and start working on the dashboard. So in AWS, in the cloud, they provide you different type of service. You can take the infrastructure or you can take the platform or you can work on the software directly. Okay, so in the data engineering, we are going to use different services. So we may use infrastructure service or platform as service. So we are going to work on different kind of services. Okay, so we may use like S3. We may use S3 for storage. We may use Glue for ETL, Lambda for development. We may use RDS, EMR. Okay, so we are going to learn different services. So AWS provides you different services. Using this, we can build analytical systems. We can build a data platform. Okay, so we are using this, we can build a data platform. So initially, we are going to start from basics. We will start with basic services, then get into advanced one. So we are going to start with basic services like S3, IM, RDS, and then we'll get into other services. So that's how we're going to get into. We'll start with IM, S3, and then we'll get into other services. So for that, you should have a AWS account. So if you don't have AWS account, I'm going to share the URL. You can see this URL. So you can sign up. So you have a free trial. So you have no cost, 6-month free trial account. They provide you credits. So using email, they will ask your bank details here to validate. They may charge you $1, but they will give you refund. So it's a pay as you go. Okay, so that means you pay, use it and then pay it. So in AWS, so let me go into AWS. Even though when registering, when signing up, you are going to give your bank details, they will not charge you directly. Okay, so at the month end, you have to go and pay it. So at the month end, so month end a bill will be generated. I can see the bills. So for example, you can see the bills here, and you have to pay it manually. Okay, so they are not going to charge it automatically. So the bills will be generated and you have to do the payment. So even though you give your credit cards, they are not going to charge directly. And also, I will tell you what are the ways you can avoid the cloud cost. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the like how you can efficiently use the cloud, and how you can efficiently monitor the cloud cost and minimize the cloud cost. I'll tell you the approaches which we follow to minimize the cloud cost here. So you can see here Cloud Explorer. So Cloud Explorer. So I'll tell you how we can use Cloud Explorer and see the like last 7 days usage, last month usage, and then how to minimize the cloud cost. I'll explain it detailedly. So the first step here is you have to create your AWS account, sign up and then create your AWS account. And lot of services, you have a lot of free services. So some services are free, some are paid services. For example, we use Glue for ETL. Glue is not a paid service. So Glue is not free. If you are going to run Glue, you will be charged. So I will tell you how we can avoid it. So we will do some development locally and then we will use Glue. Efficiently, we'll use Glue. Okay, so I'll tell you the approaches. So your first step is create your AWS account, sign up to the AWS. So you can see the link here, AWS sign up, and you have Snowflake trial sign up. So you can use this URL. You can sign up to Snowflake. So for Snowflake, you get 120 days free trial version. So you would get Snowflake as a free service here. Okay, so you don't have to pay anything for Snowflake. You get 120 days free trial. So you are going to sign up. You are going to sign up to AWS. You are going to sign up to Snowflake, and then you can see here local development setup. Okay, so in local environment, you need to install Visual Studio. You need to install AWS CLI. Okay, you need to have AWS CLI, and you need to install Python. You need to install Docker Desktop. Okay, so you can see the steps here. You can follow all the steps. DB Viewer, Terraform. So all the softwares are required in local. So you can see here, follow the steps. So the steps will give you download URL. You can see the download URL, and then you have to install it. And you can see the verification, how we can verify. For example, I'll open Visual Studio Code. So we are going to have local environment for development. So in the local, I open Visual Studio Code. I can check now if all the softwares are installed. I can verify if Python is installed. I can type Python version. So I installed 3.12 already. Okay, so you can see you can have different type of version. So in my local, Python is already installed. I have AWS CLI installed. So you can see for AWS CLI, the download URL. So if you click on this, it take you to the installation steps guide here, and you will see a download. So you can follow this, download this URL. Okay, download it, and it's a exe. So all this thing are exe. After downloading, you have to run the exe. Okay, so once you run the exe, then you can see this AWS hyphen version. So you can see AWS CLI is installed, Python is installed, AWS CLI is installed, and also so Python exe is here. Download URL is here. Docker desktop. So we use Docker. I'll explain about Docker desktop, why we need Docker desktop in the next session. We will see that detailing. So you can install it. So I'm opening Docker desktop. Let us wait for a few minutes. So we will use Docker for setting up Jupyter Notebook environment, for running some softwares, for running quickly software Airflow. So in local environment, using Docker desktop, we will start containers. We'll start Jupyter Notebook container. We will start Airflow containers, because Airflow, you need to run it Airflow only in Linux machines, and Jupyter Notebook will work on Jupyter Notebook and Spark will work only on Linux machines. Windows it will work. You have to do a lot of configuration. So we are going to use Docker desktop, and using Docker desktop, we are going to do, work on Airflow, work on Jupyter Notebook, and also we use DBWare client tool, and also we use Terraform. So we have to consider steps for Terraform. So Docker desktop, you want to install the container, we will install later. So we are going to run Airflow. We are going to run some containers. We'll see about containers later. Okay, so you can see the setup, right? So this is the local setup, development setup. So you can start doing it. So I'll share this link today. So you're going to start doing it. And if you have any question on this, if you have issues on this, you can reach me in WhatsApp. You can send me the screenshot. If you want, we can have a call. Otherwise, the issues are going to be simple enough. I will reply in WhatsApp itself. So you can resolve it immediately. You don't have to spend a lot of time. So it's going to be easier one. If you have issues, you can send me the screenshot. You will solve it in the WhatsApp itself. Okay. So today what we are going to do is I'm going to share you this Notion link in the WhatsApp. So you are going to access all this thing. Sign up for AWS account, sign up for Snowflake, then set up the local environment. Set up the local environment. So you can do this on weekend. If you have any issues, you can reach me out. I'll help you for setting up. Okay. So we will stop it here. Any question on today's session? If you have questions, you can uh, put it on chat, or you can talk now. You can unmute and talk now. Any questions from anyone?
Hi, Will. The nodes you have drawn in Scala, will it be
Yeah.
available in this file you are given with in Notion? I'll you
No, it will not
can
be available. If you want, you can just tell me. I'll send you the files.
yeah, can you share the day on this
Yeah,
file?
yeah, yeah. I'll send you. So the Excalibur, I can, if you see here, I can save this. I can save it in local. So this, I'm going to share this file. You can open it, so you will get all the diagrams.
Sure.
Okay. So this will not be shared. If you want, you can let me know. I'll share with you, because these are more of lot of scribbling, right? So I'll not.
Mm,
If you want, you can just message me. I'll share this directly to you in your WhatsApp.
okay.
Okay. So any questions from anyone? The Notion link will be shared. The Notion content will be always shared. So let me also open the. So you will get access to the learning portal. So the learning portal, which you will get access next week. Okay. So once you get access, the all the content will be uploaded here. Okay, the notes link will be shared, Notion link will be shared, and the files we use will be shared as a zip file. Okay, and then we'll give assignments. Everything will be shared here in the learning portal. So next week you'll get access to learning portal. So any questions from anyone? Okay, if there is no question, we can stop it today. We'll connect again on Monday. So, like you can try to set up the environment, local development setup guide. So this will be easier to do it. So if you are not able to do, you can reach me out in WhatsApp. Okay, so you can always contact me in WhatsApp. You can send me the screenshot. If it is easy to resolve, I'll reply it immediately. Or if we need to have a call, something is complex we need to resolve, then we will have a separate call and resolve it. Okay, so you can try to set up this one and also set up your AWS account. We will connect again on Monday. Okay, thanks everyone. We will connect again.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Will.